Craft club, we're all gonna craft a cabbage craft club. You will craft, and I will craft, and we'll all craft because it's craft club, Scooby Doo 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 Doo. Okay, okay. One thing I want to say right away is that I'm a little agitated because I bought this expensive mic that I've been using for a very long time. It's the Hollyland microphone thingy, and it only sometimes wants to sync, like, and so I just spent the past 5 minutes trying to sync, like, not sync, but trying to like have like connect it, and it was like, oh yeah, it's connected, but no sound is being recorded. And I have had this problem in the past, but it's getting worse and worse for some reason, and I'm just like infuriated by it. I'm like, can you just go away? And now someone's texting me, and okay, listen, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to move on because we have things to talk about. First of all, the big reveal in the movie came out. What did you think? What did y'all think? Somebody guessed it like about five acts back, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm not as secretive as a writer as I thought I was. But yeah, that is the concept, and it's hard to go like, well, how do I hide it until the big reveal at the end, but still have the whole script be interesting? And so that was the challenge of the script. As I've mentioned, it is a little bit amateurish because it was when I was not writing as many scripts. Like, I hadn't written as many scripts as I hadn't written for television at that point. I was newer to writing scripts that were long form because I had obviously been writing like YouTube scripts since I was in my youth. But now, I feel like I would do a very different version of the script, but I also would not pitch this script. Like, I would not, try and go out there with this script because I don't want to, unless somebody just buys it for me. I would love some money because I am struggling and unemployed, as you all know. Which also, anyway, so somebody guessed. I like that. I think that's good because it means there's clarity in it, but also like potentially a surprise. And so put in the comments if you guessed what happened or early on like came up with everything. I'm sorry, I'm frazzled. I am a little frazzled today for a couple of reasons. First of all, the microphone really annoyed me because sometimes you just want to do the work. Like, you're like, okay, I'm going to do the work. This is the time I set down. And then it's the technology that doesn't work. And that's not my fault. Like, you're supposed to, I bought you, you're supposed to work, and you're getting worse and worse now. And now I'm like, do I buy a new microphone? Like, what do I need to do? It doesn't matter. The other part is this, and this is why I'm a little bit okay. Let me just finish my thought on the Christmas movie. Tomorrow is the big finale, the big closing. We just wrap everything up in a nice big bow, and I hope that you enjoyed that winter camp. It was fun for me to like relive, and fun for me to relive that script. I had a good time making my little craft, and I hope you enjoyed it. And it's there all, forever and ever, but also just through December if you want to rewatch or have something while you're putting up the Christmas tree or baking a turkey or whatever you want. I am there to be in the background droning on. That's what Craft Club is. I now have enough episodes of Craft Club that you could really just sit there and or just put me on in the background and I will just drone on and keep you company through the cold holiday seasons. But I will say this. Now, I mentioned last week doing a show and tell. And this is also why I'm a little bit like frazzled too. I mentioned about doing show and tell. So if you want to send me your pictures to my email, kevinyee.com@hotmail.com, not the Gmail one, the hotmail.com. Kevin, YEEDOTCOM, just like my username. KevinYee.com. I am making a scarf. I don't know. Look at that color change. Really bad. But this is color changing yarn, so this is what you do, right? I mean, I guess I could fix it. Yeah, no, I'm not going to fix it. I'm just trying to use up yarn that I have. Because otherwise it's just balls of yarn sitting here for no reason. So I'm using up this yarn that was for a sweater, I believe, and I just had a little bit extra that I was like, I can make a scarf out of this. Anyway, so if you want to send me for your show and tell by like, I think we said Wednesday, Wednesday or Thursday this week, which I think is like the 3rd, and then I will film. But here is the precarious thing, because we are in a precarious time with me, not with you, just with me, because okay, I'm frazzled. I have my wisdom teeth still, and you're like, Kevin, aren't you older? And yes, like I am older, but I never got my wisdom teeth removed. And I have a lot of dental fear. So I don't know. I've talked about this before on my pages. I have a lot of fear of dentists and orthodontists because when I was younger and throughout my life, but especially when I was younger, I had really bad dentists and orthodontists. My dentist took out 4 teeth when I was younger at the same time, and I was conscious, and I remember them. Okay, I don't want to traumatize other people, but I just remember the feeling of the teeth coming out, of the pulling, of the and I think probably dentistry has changed. Probably dentistry is a little bit better. But recently, I say that I have like a dental disaster. I was going through my head. I was like, I think there's a dental disaster every 5 years of my life, because then it became, and this is the thing too, is like I brush my teeth, I floss my teeth. I just think that some people genetically will get cavities or will get, have harsher teeth or have a harsher experience with their teeth. So dentists will shame you. They're, oh, you didn't brush enough. And then it's like, yeah, but also, it's genetic. You're a anyway. So there was one time that I had also it's the whole thing about health insurance, right? So I had mediocre health insurance when I was working in New York City, and I went to a dentist that my mediocre health insurance covered that was close to me, and he said that I had a cavity, and then he did some things to my teeth that ruined the tooth, and then I had really bad issue with that tooth, and I had to get not just a root canal but like an extreme root canal, whatever you call it. And it was also right when this guy that I was dating, a week after I met his family, had broken up with me, and then I had to go and get this like extreme root canal. And then 5 years later or whatever, during COVID, I guess because I grind my teeth and I have like anxiety and depression, etc. I grind my teeth, and I at this time didn't have a night guard. Now I have a night guard, right? But I had ground my teeth so much that it cracked, and so I had a crown put in. But the person that I had chosen was like underneath like my building, like downstairs, like like a block away, like very close to me, and within the insurance that I had. And I had just been going there because they were there, but a little iffy, that office, a little iffy. And then the person that put the crown in, like for the next like at least year, I had pain in my mouth, right? So back to the I'm sorry if I'm traumatizing people with teeth things, because I would have turned this off by now. I don't want to hear about it. But so as far as my wisdom teeth, I have never really had a problem with them. And when I was younger, my dentist that took out the 4 non-wisdom teeth because of orthodontic work, he said that if I got those 4 teeth out at the age of like, I think I was 15, that I would not need to get my wisdom teeth out, which I don't think dentists should promise that, because you don't know how teeth will grow, right? Like, so he kind of promised that to me, and that's always been in my head. And my other 3 wisdom teeth have grown in. They're just completely out, but there is one that is under the gum, and it's on this side on the bottom. And when I was sick recently, it inflamed my everything, right? Like it inflamed my nose because I had like some kind of infection, right? And one of the things it did was inflame the tooth that is underneath the gum that is now, and I know this because I've had recently like dentists, some good dentists too, that have told me that it was something that was not going right and that I would probably have to deal with at a certain time. And that certain time seems to be now because I am feeling it. I will say the pain is bearable as somebody who has dealt with a lot of long-term dental pain because of, you know, the root canal, the cap, the crown that was put on from the cracked tooth that had to be, like, I understand that this is manageable pain that may become unmanageable. So I put on my big boy pants yesterday and I went to a dentist to book an appointment, which will be on Monday, to have all the x-rays done again because everything else was in the States. I'm now in Canada, like hiding. I'm a dual citizen. I have to keep saying that, I feel like, because people go like, where are you from? Why do you talk about politics on both sides? I am mad at politics on both sides of the border. So I talk about, but all that to say, which I say a lot, all that to say, I am now on the Canadian side dealing with it. Dental insurance isn't necessarily covered here, under, like, you know, we talk about like free healthcare, etc. I have not applied for, you can get dental, but I've not applied for it, and I think it's too late in this situation because I think that this might just happen sporadically where they'll be like, okay, there's a cancellation, we can get you in to get this tooth out, or it's like an emergency or something. So what I'm saying is, with this being live or filmed weekly, I don't know if there will suddenly be a day that a Saturday that I just don't post, or a couple Saturdays that I just don't post. I'm warning y'all, not that it matters, there's only 301 of you, but you matter to me. So I'm just saying this, like, even though you're sending me your pictures, if they're like, so I have my dentist appointment on Monday to get the x-rays, all that stuff. If they're like, oh, we can fit you in Thursday, I might not be able to film a craft club for a couple weeks. You will still, if I'm alive, if I'm alive from this, you know, tooth extraction, I will still be posting on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts because I have, as I probably mentioned, I'm very, very organized, and I have like about 30 at every time of the year. I have about 30 saved to my phone that I'm just ready to upload because I just am that person, and it gives me relief to know that I have videos banked that I'm ready to share. But this is the one thing that will be an issue, is the craft club, because I will just, no matter when it is, I probably will at least have to take a week off. And I know that dentists always say, like, I want you to take all of your wisdom teeth out. That's what's scaring me right now, because I do have a lot of dental fear. And I remember the 4 teeth that weren't wisdom teeth that got extracted, that it took so long to recover. Excuse me. It took so long to recover from it. I think my body doesn't recover the same, as you saw with the illness. It takes me a long time to recover. I don't get sick or injured or whatever very often, but when I do, I just don't have the same, like, bounce back as other people do. So dentists have been like, oh, it's fine, you should take all 4 out. These are in the past, the US dentists. And that's what scared me. So at this point, I think, like, because this one is an emergency, I'm hoping that I can just, like, convey to them that, like, I understand the norm is to take all 4 out, but I don't think at my age and knowing how badly I heal from these things, that is a viable thing that I can do in my life with my anxiety and depression. I'm hoping to just get the 1 tooth out, and also financially, because I am paying for this at this point. I haven't signed up for, like, the free dental and everything in Canada that has to do with the government takes a very long time. Like to get my health card, the free health card, it took me like months to get that card. So this is just a warning that if suddenly on a Saturday, hopefully I'll be able to put it in my stories on Instagram or whatever. That's what's happening. Or it'll be scheduled and it'll be fine. But like I said, right now the pain is manageable. My fear is that it will push to a point that is not manageable and it will become an emergency, which is why I was like, it's time to just like start now before it like can't be fixed, like before I am in serious pain. Right now it's just like I'm tired from like the tooth pushing, like it feels like it's pushing, and I know it's sideways and I know it's under the gum, so they're gonna have to cut under the gum anyway. I feel like some one person I know, just her wisdom teeth never grew in. But some people I think are just unlucky with dental, and I feel like I'm that person, which is why I have a lot of fear of dentists. I will say, to counter this, I had one really good dentist, and it was after I got the cap put on from the cracked tooth and this was during COVID. So I was already filled with anxiety. I was having panic attacks, all of that stuff. And I went to this place because I was working in New York at the time. And there's this place, and I'm not like endorsing this place, but there's this place called Dental Bar. And it was just like, it's very like drop in. You walk in, it's shishi, they give you water, it smells like a boutique, right? And I got really lucky with basically everyone there because their theory was like fast and efficient. And that was what other dentists don't, because I flinch when like they give me a shot or whatever, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna leave you for an hour to recover from that whatever. And no, I gotta go, we gotta get this done quick. And I remember the guy at the dental bar, and I don't know if he works there, so I'm not, if you're in New York, I'm not like saying this is what you should do. He was like, absolutely not, we gotta go. I was like, I still feel it. He's like, we gotta go, this is the best it's gonna go, we gotta go quick and fast. He was the fast because I had a cavity, and he fixed it so fast, and he was really aggressive, not with the thing but aggressive with me, where it's like, I know you're freaked out, we just gotta keep going, and it was the quickest cavity that I've ever gotten filled. And I think, was it him? I think he gave me a little drugs too. He gave me some hard drugs because he knew how freaked out I was. And I think like dentists that understand that, like dentists must often get people that come in with fear, unless they don't, because I feel like every other dentist I've been through has been like, it's whatever, like they don't understand dental fear. Except that one guy that was like, I get it, here's the drugs, come in, take the drugs, an hour before you get here, you're gonna feel loopy, and then get in the chair. No, we don't have time for chit chat, freezing your tooth, here we go, we're drilling down. No, I know that you feel it, but it's not gonna get any better, we don't wanna wait, we gotta go. And that was it. And that's the kind of thing that I hope that I find here. So I went down to this. I actually physically went into this dental office around where I live, and I was like, okay, because my mom was like, you should go in and get the vibe, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in and get the vibe. And the lady at the desk, at least, was like very efficient. So I am honestly like, because I already have anxiety, I'm already like panicking and stuff. But I will say that I have a good feeling about this, and I am in a mental space now to do this because, at least for the past 5 years, people have been talking about this. Dentists have been talking about this. Even the guy that, filled the cavity, he was like, that's going to have to come out one day. And I've been fearful of it because he also said it's under the skin. It could get infected. It could get really bad. And now it's getting to the point where I'm like, I know that I need to deal with it. I need to just be an adult, and that's what I'm doing. So if I suddenly don't have a craft club up, that's why. I'm obviously very frazzled by many things right now. The microphone wasn't right. But here's the thing. Okay. I'm also not very good at advertising, as you know, and I don't like selling things. But I will say this. I do get money off of t-shirts, and because off of the t-shirts, and it is the holidays. So I was supposed to have this. The thing is, we've not been able to time this properly ever for some reason. But I was supposed to have the t-shirt or the new design mailed to me by now so I could start promoting it. I can't do that, but I can show you that this is the holiday design of my t-shirts that are now on sale over, especially today and tomorrow, I believe, and maybe Monday. I don't know about Monday, but this weekend, it is on like a Black Friday sale. And I know we're not doing commercialism this year, a lot of us are not, but this is the design for the holidays. It says Merry Crochetmas. I cannot get this closer because it's hitting the thing. But there are balls of yarn, crocheted leaves, and that is a hook. That is a candy cane. It says Merry Crochetmas. This is a sweater. This is what's getting sent to me. So it will get sent to me at some point, and I will wear it at some point. Maybe it'll be today. I don't know. But tomorrow, I'm filming this on Thursday, so tomorrow is Black Friday for me. And I'm like, I don't have it to show people. But as I mentioned, the t-shirts, they give me a good chunk of the sale. More so than anything else. I've been really like, I don't want to be, okay. This is why like selling is really hard. I will say this, like, I promote companies on my page, but the truth is I don't get paid for the majority of them. It is more of a collab. It is more of me building things. And I get everyone is poor. Okay, I'm just digging a hole now. All I'm saying is I make money on t-shirts. Like, that is the biggest thing that I make money on. And currently it's on sale for the weekend. Black Friday sale. There's still the Crochet shirt. There's still the Crochet All Day shirt. You can find the link on my website, kevinyee.com. That actually does have a .com on it. It's not kevinyee.com.com. It's like kevinyee.com. If you have crocheters in your life or just want to celebrate yourself, just want a little something for yourself, that is my crochet holiday design that, you know, as I was like reflecting on this year. Okay, this is a long one today. I hope that you've not tuned out. Are you all sick of me? I was reflecting on the year because I was like, this has been a really hard year for a lot of people, including myself, because I feel futureless right now. I feel like there's no real path that I'm seeing to get out of this unemployment, to get out of this moment as an artist, etc. But I will say that this was the first year that I did get paid for collabs, mostly from Michaels. Mostly from Michaels and everywhere else. But it wasn't, you know, it wasn't enough to even file taxes, to be honest. But if I'm to concentrate on the positive of the year, I think even like a little bit of financial something felt good because I have been posting daily on my Twitter, not Twitter. I cut Twitter out. I can't believe people are still on Twitter or X or whatever you want. X, whatever. But yeah, that's the only one that I just stopped. I was like, absolutely not when Elon took over. But I am on Threads. But, you know, I've been posting on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts for, yeah, like daily for a couple years now. And this is the first year that I made money. And I will say that was my goal. I mean, only just for survival. It's not like I'm trying to get rich. The most important thing for me is connecting with an audience and having a community and creating with y'all. And I always say this, like, I want the corporations to pay my bills. I don't want y'all to pay my bills. I want the corporations to pay the bills, right? I don't want to put my stuff behind like a paywall because I feel like commercials I know are annoying, but I would rather do that than be like, hey, pay me, money to watch me. Because like, I want to be, I want my work to be accessible to everyone, especially as things get more expensive. Yes, I'm struggling with sadness this year. I've just been sitting, especially because I was just sick and I'm still like physically tired from the illness. And then this is happening. Okay, the positivity is that at the beginning of the year, I wanted to find out how other people made money on social media through brand deals. I think it's changing. I don't think it is a lucrative career anymore. There's a lot of pushback. I see a lot of, businesses being like, an influencer quoted me $3,000 for a video, so we made our own video and it goes viral. That's fine. I get it, right? I will say though, like, there is an industry standard financially about what a video should charge, an influencer or content creator should charge, depending on how many followers they have. That is an industry standard. So it's kind of like being like, we asked for minimum wage, and they asked for a fair wage, an industry standard wage. So we're not gonna pay it. Listen, we're all starving. Whatever. What I'm trying to say is there's positives and there's negatives, but the two thing is throwing me off, even time-wise, because I'm like, I don't know when it will happen or even if it'll happen. I feel like it will happen though. And if it is just the one, I think I will recover quicker. If it's all four and they force that on me, then I think it will take a very long time. I know this has been like a very weird episode of thought. I was just going with it. My main thing was I had the shirts. Warning about this. Email me your works in progress at kevinyee.com at hotmail.com. Spell the DOTCOM at hotmail.com. Send it by Wednesday, but potentially I might not be able to do it depending on what's happening with this. Winter camp is coming to a close tomorrow, I believe. And on Monday, there's another surprise video. Not a surprise because I'm telling you, but the content is a surprise video of something I made to show you. No one in the comments have guessed that. Yeah, but people have guessed the ending to the movie, which I love. Because I think that's good too. You want it to be familiar. You don't want it to just like knock you out, right? Like, and that's. Did I say t-shirts are for sale? T-shirts are for sale. They're on sale right now. All of them. Crochet all day. Merry Crochetmas is my new shirt if you want a little holiday something. I do make the most money from the t-shirts and from Michaels. Those are my two main things. If you have the money and do want the t-shirt, don't buy things you don't want either. That's crazy. But if you have crochet people in your life that you want to give Christmas gifts to, and that was all of the things that I was going to say this episode. Right? Yes, that was all the things I was going to say this episode of Craft Club. We're all gonna craft at Kevin's Craft Club. You will craft and I will craft. And we'll all craft until my tooth is taken out. And then after that, we're just gonna keep crafting. I don't know why I ended with that. That made me sad.